Hello friends, I'm back. And today we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which is content. If you are struggling to create content for your business, especially marketing content, this video is for you. And if you are struggling, especially if you've been struggling for a while, there's probably a few reasons why. One, you're not connected enough to your target market. I think I talked about this in an earlier video. Almost all of my content comes from just talking to my people and finding out what are they frustrated with, what are they struggling with, what do they aspire to. And so if you're not talking to your people, if you're not talking to your audience and you're struggling to create content, this is it's a huge barrier because you're guessing at what is it they're thinking about, what is it they're struggling with. And there's a really easy way to stop guessing, which is to talk to your people. So whether it's your email list, your current clients, doing strategy calls, doing just informational calls, whatever it is, you need to talk to more of your people and find out what it is they're struggling with. And then that will make it really easy for you to create content that serves them and helps them with those problems. And once you get this mindset, it just opens up your world. I literally can sit down with someone and help them come up with 100 ideas for content in 2 hours or less. I've done this with many clients. They come in and they think, oh, this is never gonna happen. I'm never gonna think of this many ideas. And we go through the process and they're amazed at how much they actually have to write about or produce content about. The other thing is, you have to understand how important content is to your marketing and your sales process. Basically, if you're getting a lot of objections on sales calls, if you're getting a lot of resistance, if you feel like selling is icky because you're pushing it on people, you're probably not making enough content. Because when people are consuming content, they're not being sold to most of the time, right? Their defenses are down. You are actually producing content just to help them. And if you're helpful and you make that relationship with people, then they start to trust you. And that makes the sales process so much easier. And think about how much content we consume. If you're resistant to making content, you're probably consuming a lot of content. Whether it's books, your favorite TV show, think about all the shows that have gone on that people are hooked on. Lost, Game of Thrones, which I don't watch, but I hear people are really hooked on it. And why is that? Because it's compelling. When you're creating content, that gives you an opportunity not just to be useful, but to be entertaining and to be compelling and to make people want to hear from you. So that is another reason you should be producing content. So if you're struggling with this, 2 really quick fixes. 1, stop trying to create it in a vacuum, right? Go talk to your people. My clients always come into my program and many of them struggle with this. And within about 6 weeks or so, they're usually saying like, oh, creating content is easy now. I can just go bang it out because I know what my people are struggling with, okay? And the other thing is, you've got to make space and time for this in your business. So if there are other things that are taking up your time and attention, you've just got to make room for this. And it doesn't have to be a big production. I'm sitting down, I make these videos, they're 5 minutes. It doesn't take a ton of time, right? You just have to make that commitment to do it. So if you're watching this and you've been struggling with content, I want you to take out your calendar right now and I want you to block out at least an hour of time. Just block out an hour of time within the next week that you're gonna sit down and you're gonna produce some content. And just like exercise, it's a muscle, right? You have to start and then you have to continue and you have to take it in small steps and it gets easier over time. I do have a great resource for this, the 10-minute content creation system. I basically took everything that I have learned about producing content quickly, producing effective content, and kind of boiled it down into a really short document. So if you'd like to get that, you can go over to carveldigital.com. You can join my subscriber list and you can get access to all those resources and goodies that I have for my subscribers only. All right, so I hope this was helpful and just think about that one person, right? Who needs to hear this? Who needs to hear this? Go ahead and share it with them right now. And if you like these videos, you can come over and you can join us in my Service CEOs Facebook group, which I'll link to below. And you can get on my subscriber list and get those resources that I spoke about. All right, I hope this was helpful and I will see you next time.